All right, Steve here with Xtreme Heaters, and I'm here to introduce you to the real meat and potatoes of the RV market, which is the Xtreme 800 watt large heater. This is typically good for your Class A, your pull behinds up to 40 footer, fifth wheels, you know, all the larger size RVs and campers. So also good for mostly your larger compartments. So if you have a big battery compartment that's housing multiple batteries, it's real good for that. It's good for wet compartments. It's good for outdoor sinks. It's good for large pass-throughs. It's good for underbellies that house a lot of pumps or water tanks and lines. Good for open basement parts of like toy haulers and other types of campers. Class A, Class C's, again with wet bays in them. Underbellies is a big deal, and what is really catching on now is skirting an RV. So if you're going to skirt an RV, and I typically say 24 foot and up, I would immediately go to an 800 if it was my camper. That's what I would do. Immediately go to an 800 because we're talking about a large area of space under there. You know, yeah, it's only a few feet high, but we're talking about a lot of volume. We got to circulate all that air. And when you're skirting an RV, it's hard to keep it sealed under there. So make sure you are sealing the compartment the best you can. Make sure it's insulated the best you can. And run a single 800 watt on your smaller stuff. If you think it's large or you're going to be in some severe temperature change, ice, snow, you may want to run two of these. You know, one on each end. And typically when we're skirting an RV, I like to tell customers, put the heater to the end of the RV that has the most things underneath of it with your water pumps, your tanks, your lines. Typically in most RVs and campers, all of that stuff is shoved towards the back, at least the back half, right? So typically the kitchen's in the middle and then the bathrooms and everything is towards the rear. So a lot of your tanks and water lines are towards the rear of the RV. So if I was going to mount mine in the skirting, I would try to mount it towards the rear. Again, heat rises, so let's remember that, you know. So let's get the circulation going, the heat rising, help keep everything warm in there. Again, this is a true forced air heater, so if you have to mount it underneath something or vertical, horizontal on any of the walls, it'll still work just as good. We have a 58 CFM fan in here that's actually, this whole unit is IP68, which means waterproof, but what we want to do is get as much circulation out the end of this heater that we possibly can. That'll help eliminate a lot of your cold, dead areas. So give me the circulation. This side could be a little tighter to something, but this side I want the circulation to help force the air out, just like you do in your house. You know, you have a lot of circulation. Again, let's talk about being as sealed as possibly can. I don't want to heat an environment like having my windows open in my house. You can't heat that. So make sure that you have it as sealed as you can be. You'll have great luck with these heaters. They are set to come on at 40 degrees and off at 55. So we're just trying to keep the area around 45 degrees. Again, above freezing. We're not trying to keep it warm. We're not toasting marshmallows here. We're just keeping it above freezing. There's an LED on the back that'll tell you green for ready and standby, yellow when I'm in cool down mode, red means I'm in heating mode. Has a 15-foot power cord on here that's oil and waterproof also, and it's grounded, so you guys have plenty of room to be able to figure out how to get this out of your RV and get it plugged in. Again, let's mount it low, let the heat rise, a lot of circulation. Another good use for an 800 watt heater is if you have some of the smaller campers, but you know you're going to be in extreme conditions. We've actually seen people skirt their campers and they'll be sitting out in 2 and 3 foot of snow. So if you know that you're going to have a smaller camper but in extreme conditions, then bump up to a large size. You're not going to overheat the area. This will just make the heater not run as long, still give us plenty of time to circulate and soak the area and keep it warm. But you know, a little extra heat helps out when you have a big differential on how cold it is outside versus what you want underneath. So that's where the extra wattage will help you guys. And thank you for supporting our American-owned and operated business. We're here for you guys, glad to help. You can hit us in the live chat on our website. You can hit us at info@xtremeheaters.com. Our phone number is also on our website. We're here to answer any questions for you guys. Please watch the rest of our videos on RV heaters so you guys can help yourself figure out exactly what you need. And again, if you have questions, we're here to help. We'll be glad to help. So thank you for your support. We hope you have great luck with our product. And remember, 5-year warranty, best in the business. Thanks for watching.